I think what we'll do is we're going to kind of walk around here because I'd like to get the whole section walk around. Things I'd like to do here, if we could just kind of scan the camera across so that you can see all of the equipment. In fact, what we're looking at right now is 6 iGens. These are the Rolls Royces of digital printers from Xerox. This is the best of the best in the world, and there's 6 of these in one facility. I don't think there's anywhere in the state of Utah that has 6 of these in one place other than at SendOutCards. We're one of the largest Xerox customers in this region. We have all this equipment. Now what you'll notice as you're looking at this, the first 4 of these are what we call iGen 3s, and the last 2 that are down there, the last 2 in the row, are what they call iGen 4s. That's like going from a, I don't know, it's like going from a, I might get in trouble for this, but these are BMWs, and those down there are Bentleys, okay? BMWs, and those are Bentleys down at the end. That's the difference between those. The iGen 4 is just the latest in technology. And Sam, maybe you can speak a little bit to this. We're going to walk you through how the whole process works. But what I want you to do right now is you were able to see this equipment, this great big equipment. Sam, just speak a little bit to the necessity of the equipment and what kind of volume we've been doing with this stuff.
I'd love to. As you've seen, we've got 6 iGens. Last year we went through with 4, and our capacity this year has increased to about 700,000 in a max, and everything ran perfectly, for a 24-hour period. Bottom line is, we would not have made it through this year, the past week in particular, had we not added the 2 additional iGen 4s. We produced 2 million cards last year, which is an amazing number.
Last week.
Or, excuse me, last week.
2 million cards in 1 week. By far the biggest week we've ever had.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about last year. I guess a little Freudian slip there. 2 million cards in a week is bigger than any month, almost 2 months. It's actually 2 million cards is bigger than February, January, March, and July. Is bigger than double those months. So tremendous amount of capacity. I think as we walk through, we'll show you some additional equipment we've added to allow us to hit that capacity, those numbers. We're going to have an unbelievable month, about a 30% increase, and that's conservative on our cards this year, which is just amazing.
Excellent.
Over 4 million.
We're going to kind of just walk this way if you guys will follow us and enjoy the ride along the way. Check out all the equipment. This right here, this is what we call a UV coater. This puts a coating over the top of the greeting card, gives you that glossy finish. We actually have 2 of these now. This is a new one that's gone in, and nothing going on it right now, but typically we have a ton of cards that's going across this. You just keep following it this way. Everything here needs to be climate controlled. Okay, so you'll notice right here is a great big fan. Now there's a reason that's fan there is because everything needs to be climate controlled. We have to keep a certain temperature in the room at all times, a certain humidity in the room at all times. So this is running on occasion, and it's not running on occasion, but it's keeping the proper temperatures for all this equipment to run at its optimum. So really cool stuff, high-tech stuff. This is, again, the same piece of equipment we just showed you. It's the UV coater, so we have 2 of them running at all times. Now, Sam, if you would, talk to us about the process. Now you're going to start to see the magic of SendOutCards. You're going to see, literally, you're going to see hundreds of thousands of greeting cards that are being printed, stuffed, and stamped right now through this section that's right here. And I got to tell you, when you come through this part, you're able to look at these cards, you truly feel the magic of Send Out Cards. Every single day, we get the opportunity to come back here and see all of these greeting cards that are going out. And the stories are being told and the pictures that are being displayed. It's just an incredible, incredible feeling to be back here to see what all of you are doing to celebrate life with these cards. But if you want to speak to...
Absolutely. I want to speak to a couple things. First of all, we showed you a new UV coder. We added that in. We only had one UV coder. This gives us some redundancy in the process. Heaven forbid one of these go down, we're in deep doo-doo. So we've also added a new insert. Also added a new inserter that increases our capacity on stuffing and all that piece, the real guts of the business. It doesn't do us any good to print 700,000 cards if we can't run it through this, particularly this machine. So you'll see it indicated. I'm not going to speak to some of the details, but it turns them and our speed on it. Let me speak to it. Come here, Bo. Come here. This is cool stuff. Coolest piece of equipment we have, in my opinion. Get real close here. So a stack of cards, unscored, sitting in, ready to go. Bo's just going to follow me along, so check it out. This is all new. Got it, so they're getting folded now and inserted into an envelope. It tracks along with the envelope. Actually gets inserted into the envelope. A little noisy back here, but it's working it. Flipped over so we can print on it. Now, it's kind of cool. It actually is not only printing the return address and the address, but it's now putting a new barcode on each envelope, which further reduces error. And that's all we're trying to do, consistently further reduce error. And of course, it gets a stamp. Yeah, that's a huge roll of stamps. Yeah, there's a few dollars in stamps here. Anyway, also rejects go at the bottom.
Hey, just real quick, Paul, if you go back to the stamp, I just want to speak to this. Just look at the stamps right here. This roll right here, that's a $16,000 roll of stamps. I can't even imagine how many of these we go through in a day, but that right there costs $16,000. We throw that on there, it's got all those stamps. It's kind of a cool thing. So, we'll follow it. Sam, if you could just speak a little bit to what our folks are doing through here, and Bo, if you just follow him closely so we can hear him. It's a little bit loud right here.
As you can see here, we're cutting cards, and this is truly Santa's little helpers right here. And if you look around, you can see it. We're literally going through and checking, hand verifying every card for a quality check. This is our QA process that we look for any little smudge, any little smear, color's not right, any of those pieces. We have had up to 60 people doing this. And we're kind of a little over the hill right now, so and in 2 shifts. So folks are working their tail off, particularly as we go through cutting, the scoring, and 2 more of the inserters and stampers back here.
Sam, why don't you take Bo over? Let's just kind of look real quick at these big stacks of cards that are sitting over there.
Just so that we know, in peak periods, I was dropping in on the folks. We would have these tables this high with cards from about 4 in the afternoon through 4 or 5 in the morning when we were really crunching all of it. Unbelievable piece. By the way, I want to speak to on Sock TV a week ago. I talked about 3 cards a second. Last week we were over 4.2 cards per second if you look at our hours that we were open. So we can thank all Santa's little helpers here. on TV. Say hello to your kids. Anyway, let's continue on back. You got cards ready to go here. Coming out. We've got cards everywhere. If you want a card, here it is, folks. Now you can see over here, these inserters are going non-stop. So all three of our inserters have been literally going non-stop now for most of the month. Good.
If you want to follow us this way, we're going to check out just for a second because we're going to walk over to the gifting area. So we're going to sign off just for a second. We'll sign back on once we get to the gifting area, and we'll kind of show you the process how that works. So see you in a few seconds.